Hey guys, it's Spishozzy here, and welcome back to another AS Monaco series episode. This is, of course, the end of season review, and as you can see, we have finished second behind PSG. PSG, once again, just way too dominant. We did finish 10 points above Marseille, which was a positive, but obviously 10 points behind PSG is not ideal, considering where we were kind of competing with them for at least two-thirds of the season. Um, and I mean, Speaking of PSG, they went on an 18 game win streak. If I show you in the league, of course, but if I show you their fixtures, it's just ridiculous. Alright, I think it was a little bit further down. I think it was here. I think that was their last draw coming at the start of November. And in the league, they just won every single game from then on until they lost to us in the league after they beat us in the Coupe de France final, which is the previous episode. So we actually beat them. It's nice to get one over them in the league. I don't think it had actually happened before. Obviously, we also beat them in the Coupe de la Ligue final on penalties, but you know what, blah blah blah. It was only penalties. But yeah, nice to get a victory over them. I'll go into that when I go through our fixtures, but that is just totally dominant from PSG there. Sorry, guys. Show you the league table. We won 28, drew 6, lost 4. They won 32, drew 4, and lost 2. We almost had the same goal difference as them. 11 goals isn't that much. Did concede a lot more than them, but we actually scored more than them, which was positive. We actually scored the most in the league, which is again nice outlook for the rest of my future here at Monaco in the series. If I get into the fixtures now, the last fixtures you saw was the mid-season review, I believe. I think it was yeah. All right, so we beat Angers SCO 3-0 at home in the league. Of course, after the mid-season review. And our goals came from Marin and Aubameyang. Marin getting a hat-trick, continuing his fine goal-scoring form throughout the season. I think he finished on about 20 league goals, or 18 league goals. I think it was something around there. We beat FC Lorient 2-1 in the Coupe de Ligue semi-final, obviously. Our goals coming from Marshall and Moutinho. This is going to be really annoying, having to scroll down the whole time. We then versed SO Ramaraten and beat them in the 10th round of the Coupe de France. 2-1 away from home, our goals coming from Moutinho. We then faced FC Nantes, beat them 1-0 in the league, only goal coming from Roy Van Eyck. We then faced another semi-professional team in Sanoy SG, and we beat them 2-0 in the 11th round of the Coupe de France. 11th round. Papadopoulos and Carriou getting our goals before drawing back in the league against Valenciennes. Our only goal coming from Marshall. We then got drawn against Liverpool in the Europa League first knockout round. They absolutely destroyed us at home, 4-0. Their goals coming from Jordan Rhodes, John Williams, and Jordan Henderson. So four away goals. You're never really going to come back from that. In between the two legs, we did have Bordeaux in the league. Beat them 4-0 at home, a Campos and an Aubameyang hat-trick, before drawing 2-2 at Anfield. Our goals coming from Marco Marin and Aubameyang. Lassine Hadji did give away an own goal though, but we were already out of the tie. Lost 6-2 on aggregate. We returned to league action against Lyon. Seamus Coleman got sent off, and Fernandez actually got a goal for himself, and so did Marshall, and there was obviously an own goal in that one. We then beat our rivals Nice 4-0, goals coming from Campos, Papadopoulos, Bassi, Aubameyang. We then faced FC Metz and beat them 2-0, goals coming from Osterprak and Marshall, with Moutinho missing a penalty. We then faced them again, as it was a fixture catch-up game. Beat them 2-1 this time, and Charles Bassi got a brace for himself. We then faced Havre Athletic, beat them 4-2 in a pretty exciting game. Campos with 1, Papadopoulos with 1, Aubameyang and Kanga also on the score sheet. Auxerre in the Coupe de France quarter-final, beat them 2-0. Goals coming from Osterprak and Bassi, our two young wingers. We then faced Montpellier in the league, drew with them 1-1, Aubameyang with our only goal there, before versing Havre Athletic once again, this time in the league away from home. Beat them 3-2 in a pretty exciting game. Our goals coming from Marco Marin and Kanga, Marin with a brace of course, before we drew 2-2 with Marseille at home. Our goals coming from Aubameyang and Kanga once again. Consecutive draws, this time against LOSC Lille, and Aubameyang the only goal scorer on that day, before we absolutely destroyed FC Lorient in the Coupe de France semi-final, 5-0. Faure, Marin, Marshall with a brace, and Kanga also on the score sheet. Playing quite a few youth players and backup team players. We then played, obviously, the Coupe de la Ligue final against PSG. Won that game on penalties after going 2-1 up, and of course, if you watch the episode, you know that PSG equalised in the 92nd minute of stoppage time. And if you haven't watched it, you should probably check it out. It's a pretty exciting game, and obviously I rage when they score that second goal. Auxerre was up next after that game. 2-1 victory in the league at home. Charles Bassi and Kanga on the score sheet for us there, before a disappointing 3-3 draw to AS Saint Etienne. Jason Steele with an own goal, Marco Marin with a brace, and there was another own goal for us. We then lost to PSG in the previous episode in the Coupe de France final. Disappointing to lose 1-0. A few players underperformed, mainly my advanced midfield strikers, whatever you want to call them, attacking wingers. They really underperformed. I mean, the highest out of them was Kanga with a 6.7 match rating. And defence played well. Van Eyck, Papadopoulos got an 8.3. Shaw got a 7.1. Coleman got a 7 as well. So they held out pretty well. Only conceded the one goal, which I guess is a positive. We did bounce back from that loss to actually beat PSG in the game I mentioned in PSG's fixtures. We beat them 2-1 at home. Our goals coming from Matinho and Kanga, and there were a couple of little niggly injuries. We then lost the last game of the season to Stade Rennais, and that was 2-1 away from home. Only goal coming from Marshall, and Matinho getting a 5.9 match rating, which is basically the reason why we lost, constantly giving the ball away in midfield. Anyway, I mean, obviously I wanted to win the league this season, and I thought it was like a genuine possibility. I am glad we did win a piece of silverware finally. It was only our 5th season, and I hadn't actually won anything. So, second, back in the Champions League, obviously pretty disappointing to play in the Europa League this season. Getting knocked out to Liverpool, not that bad, I guess. They're a strong team. Second in the league, runners up against PSG in the Coupe de France, and beating PSG in the Coupe de la Ligue. I'm going to say it's a well done season. Another thing that worries me is the average attendance only being 7,700. Obviously our stadium can only hold 18,000, but only selling, not even selling half of your stadium on an average game is just, it's pretty poor. And hopefully with a cup victory and a coming second in the league will actually help that. As far as transfers coming in, I have got a lot of youth players coming in, and a couple of senior players. I think only one senior player actually. We've got Jan Sommer coming in, the Swiss goalkeeper. It's really decent. Going to be definite competition for Jason Steele. I'm definitely going to try and get rid of Max Grun. He's a decent player, but I'd never really used him, and he's just really unhappy at the club as well. Also, Dante's contract will run out at the end of next season, so I'm going to try and sell him, get him off the wage, off the wage bill. Sorry. Obviously, he's currently on loan at Fiorentina. wonder if I can try and make him a coach. Could probably be a good defensive coach if I'm being honest, but I might have a look at doing something like that with him if I can't get him to, well, if I can't sell him actually. Um, I'll have a look at the finances as well now for you guys, something that some people like to see. As you can see, we're not actually a mega rich club. We've only got 59 million in the bank balance, and we're projected to lose 20 mil somehow, which I don't really understand. But yeah, so we're not mega rich. Obviously, getting back into the Champions League will help, but I think the thing that worries me about our attendance is obviously not selling tickets and not generating enough home income from our home games. Something I'm a little bit worried about. But we're just going to have to see how this progresses in the future. The next episode will be pre-season for Season 6, and I'm looking forward to next season competing in the Champions League once again and trying as hard as I can to beat PSG to that first league title for myself. If you've enjoyed this episode, guys, please give the video a like rating, share it with your friends, and head over to my channel and subscribe to keep up to date with these episodes. Goodbye, guys.